Over the years, Country's Family Reunion has featured your favorite country music legends sharing stories, laughter, and songs. You know, sometimes these country music legends included family duets, trios, or quartets. Well, on this special Country's Family Reunion gathering, we thought we'd ask all the family groups to sit a spell and sing some songs with us. Brothers, sisters, yeah. Cousins, moms, and dads were all invited to join in the fun. It's a Country's Family Reunion like no other, and we know you're gonna love it. Welcome to Country's Family Reunion, Kinfolk.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special Country's Family Reunion. We have got a room full of people here today, many who are here for the first time, who are kin to each other. In fact, I don't think there's but two people here that are not kin to at least one person in this room, and we'll go there a little bit later. It's called a Kinfolk's Reunion, and last night I wrote some special words to our family reunion song. I wrote them, but I didn't memorize them, so they're gonna sit right there. But y'all join in and help me. This is especially for you. But it's been a long, long time since I laid eyes on some of you. I sure am glad you've come today to sing a song or two and share with us some stories that only you could know. It's gonna be a Kinfolk's Reunion. Here we go, all right. Gonna have a Kinfolk's Reunion, Kinfolk's Reunion. Sing some songs and tell some stories too. Here we are, gonna have a Kinfolk's Reunion, Kinfolk's Reunion. And even if you're a 19th cousin, you're still kinfolks too. Yeah, you are. One more time. Gonna have a Kinfolk's Reunion, Kinfolk's Reunion. Sing some songs and tell some stories too. Gonna have a Kinfolk's Reunion, Kinfolk's Reunion. And even if you're a 19th cousin, you're still kinfolks too. Even if you're a 19th cousin, you're still kinfolks too. Gonna have a Kinfolk's Reunion. Yeah, we are. Thank you very much, and thanks to everybody for gathering for a very special Kinfolk's Reunion. Even Larry Gatlin's kin to some of the people.
Hi, Bill. How are you? I heard you's a little bit sick, a little hoarse, or you just whisper like that all the time.
He's adopted.
You're right.
I said there were two people in the room who are not kin to anybody else in the room. And if you haven't figured it out, I'm one of the two. And that lady sitting right over there with the black hat on and the pretty burgundy top and that beautiful smile we've all known and loved for years, Miss Jeannie Kendall is the other one. Jeannie, great to have you here. You and I are the orphans.
I appreciate y'all calling me to be here. And so Rhonda and Darrin, Vincent said they'd sing with me. And the thing about it is, if I had a sister and brother, if God had blessed me with a sister and brother, I would want them to sing like they do. They are so gracious.
Wow, what a nice thing for you to say.
So they're
of course,
country kin.
you made the big move in your career with your father, one of the most unusual pairings, I guess, there's ever been in country music. Did you grow up singing with Dad around the house? Your dad, Royce, of course, who has passed away.
Well, I did in a little bit later years, but actually my dad and his brother, my dad's name was Royce, of course, and his brother was named Floyce. I don't know where they got Floyce, but he was the oldest one. And so they would sing, and as little kids, they would sing on the radio and such, and they kind of had a Louvin Brothers type style music, and they would do that, and then they were on a TV show. When I was a little bitty kid, I would stay up and watch them out in California, and they were on a show called The California Hayride. So I listened to them for years, and then they, as brothers do sometimes, split up. Well, we ended up in St. Louis, and the other brother stayed in California, and I think Daddy just got tired of not having anybody to sing with, and he heard me singing with records down there, and he's on the stereo, and so we started singing to our friends and neighbors, kind of like this, and we learned a few songs. We got a little repertoire, and we were dumb enough to think we could come to Nashville and sing, but that's what we did.
Your dad was actually a barber by trade, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. My dad was a barber. My mom was a beautician, and they both had barbershop and a beauty shop in 2 different places, and so as we were singing, started singing, they decided they were just going to sell everything they had and move to Nashville. And that's what we did. And we had this friend that lived across the street, and we came down to Nashville all together to visit Nashville before we even decided what to do. And so they went to Ernest Tubb Record Shop. Now, and I'm going to blame this guy for whatever we've done, because they went there and they were looking through the albums and all those things, and Daddy said, well, you think we're good enough to give it a try? And so his name was Claude Stoll, and a great friend, and he said, yeah, I think you guys ought to do it. So that's what we did. We packed it all up and came down to Nashville.
Wow.
Now, what year would that have been?
Well, that would have been 1970.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You came here, and then you did one of the most unusual things, and I want to know whose idea this was, because I don't think we've ever talked about this. A father and daughter singing songs like Heaven's Just a Sin Away, the Pittsburgh Steelers, cheating songs. Whose idea was it to do that?
You know what happened is we decided right along at the beginning, we said, we're going to have a hard time having a very long career if we have to have all father-daughter songs. So this just isn't going to work. So we thought, well, we just think of it as a story song, it's kind of like Donnie and Marie don't sing. They didn't sing necessarily sister and brother songs. And so, I don't know, we just took that approach, and we were just looking for a great story song of a country song, and that's what we did. And people seemed to love it. When we'd go to shows, I would have a lot of different people go, I wish that I could have, worked with my father or whatever, that actually it was very encouraging to me. And still yet, though my dad passed away, I have so many people come up to me and tell me how much they loved him and how much they loved his harmony, of course, and I truly do. And it made me feel so good, and they give me encouragement and everything.
Now, what year did your dad pass away?
He passed away in '98.
So since '98, what have you done? Did you team up with somebody else to do those parts, or what?
It's kind of a sad story, but I have, been singing on my own and such, and of course my husband has played guitar with me, for all along the way, and then he was singing with me, and he was doing real great and everything, but then he passed away too this year in March, and so like I say, it's a sad story. I don't want to bring it down, but it's just like I was telling the Bellamy Brothers. I had to tell them about it because I said, I didn't want you to think I got a divorce, because they'd be ready to see my husband here, because he was always with me and the love of my life, married 33 years, and so this is kind of the first TV thing I've done for a long time, since then.
Well, I know there's a whole lot of people that are awfully glad to see you here, but they'll be even gladder to hear you sing. How about coming up here and joining with your adopted brother and sister over here?
Yeah, we'll do
and
that.
Singing one of those great Kendall songs for us.
All righty.
Yeah. Rhonda and Darrin Vincent are going to join with Jeannie Kendall. Were you as big a fan of the Kendalls as I was?
Oh, they were wonderful. Do I have a microphone?
Yeah, you got a microphone
Yeah,
glued
we
to your
toured
shirt
together.
right there.
Yours is bigger, though.
I know, but
Okay.
go ahead.
We did several shows
Yeah.
together.
And the Bellamy Brothers.
With all of us, right? And they were wonderful. I mean, that was great harmony, and the song, Heaven Just a Sin
I
Away.
thought it was a
Oh.
funny combination when they put us all together, but it was a great show. It's because everybody had a total different style, and it was just wonderful. We really enjoyed it.
Did a lot of those. It was good to see you again.
Good seeing you too.
And your pop and your uncle have great seats great vantage point today, I think.
Okay,
So they're
good.
looking on, I
That's
guarantee you.
good.
Absolutely. Where'd you decide to pick up with the Vincents here?
Well, I've been a fan for many years, and so when we got ready to we were doing an acoustic album, and they graciously came to help me, and of course did such a wonderful job. And I heard they were going to be here. I said, "Hey, would you ask them?"
Did you do any of the old songs again on the record?
No, this was a total different thing. It was just a more bluegrass and acoustic style things, music.
All right, well, take us back to those early records.
Okay, I'm going to give it a try. Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. Can't wait another day. I think I'm giving in. How I love to hold you tight, oh, be with you tonight. That still won't make it right, 'cause I belong to him. Oh, way down deep inside, I know that it's all wrong. Your eyes keep tempting me. I never was that strong. Devil's got me now. Oh, gone and got me now. I can't fight him anyhow. I think he's gonna win. Heaven's just a sin away. Oh, just a sin away. Heaven help me when I say I think I'm giving in. Oh, way down deep inside, I know that it's all wrong. Your eyes keep tempting me, and I never was that strong. Devil's got me now, oh, gone and got me now. I can't fight him anyhow. I think he's gonna win. Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. Heaven help me when I say I think I'm giving in. Heaven's just a sin away, oh, just a sin away. I can't wait another day. I think I'm giving in. I love to hold you tight, oh, be with you tonight. That still won't make it right, 'cause I belong to him.
Jeannie, Kendall. With Rhonda and Darrin Vincent. Excuse me, Darrin, let me slide in here. That is wonderful.
Thank
You ain't lost a thing.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet of you.
You're going to be a tough act to follow, but thanks for
No,
starting
are
the
you
show
kidding
off so beautifully well, and we'll hear from you a little bit later on. All right, you want to hand me that? You can. All right, thank you, Jeannie. Jeannie Kendall.
Hey, Bill, you know, there's going to be a lot of great songs and great groups and a lot of great harmony. I tell you what, I bet you, at lunch, when we all go in there, what are we all going to be singing? That's the one.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
You sit around and you try hard to write these great lyrics, and somebody writes whoa, whoa, and that becomes bigger than anything. Darrin, come back in here, buddy.
Can I ask Jeannie something, Bill? So did you guys write those songs?
No.
No, you just found, because they all sound like
there's
they're...
one I'm going to do today I wrote, but otherwise, no. Yeah.
I just wonder, because they all correlate together. They all seem like they really, it must be the Kendalls. It's their music.
Yeah, it really is. That's the first time I've ever seen you sing without playing an instrument.
Really? It
I
doesn't
think
happen.
so.
It doesn't happen very often.
Do you feel lost when
I
you...
am completely lost. Completely lost.
And you were the only one up here that's not a blonde.
No, but I should have had a wig, I guess.
He used to be. And do you know, Jeannie, I'm sure you don't remember this, but it had to be, and Darrin, I don't know if you remember this, but we have a picture of this. We performed in Fort Myers, Florida. You do remember this. And Darrin was a little boy, and we were there with the Sally Mountain Show, and we were at the fair, and we were so excited because we had never played a venue that large before. Everybody from Johnny Cash, Kitty Wells was there the next night, and the Kendalls were there. And as soon as you came backstage, Darrin ran in your dressing room and hopped up on your lap.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Can I do that now?
But we loved you then, and you guys were so gracious to us, and it was so good to see you. A pleasure to sing with you, too.
You mentioned the Sally Mountain Show. Okay,
Yeah.
now we know, and I think we've discussed it probably here before, that was the name of a TV show up in Missouri that you did with your family.
That's right. The Vincent family music is traced back 5 generations, and when we had a TV show when I was 5 years old, it was not only just Grandpa Bill, Mom and Dad, aunts, uncles, cousins, but it was also friends, and so it was called the Sally Mountain Show, based on a geographic location up in North Missouri,
There's a real place called Sally Mountain?
There's a real place called Sally Mountain. Now, legend has it that Sally Mosley lived on top of this mountain. It was a booming town at that time because at the bottom was a mining town. At the top of Sally Mountain, Sally Mosley was an old-time fiddler, and the legend has it that she originated the tune Sally Gooden. And I've never heard that disputed, so maybe someone out there, they know that story, or this is new information for them. She also ran a bad house, if you know what I mean, and a kind of some moonshine. But and then at the bottom was a place called Lick Skillet, and that was the mining town. So that's where we're from, and everybody's familiar with that around there. So that's why we were called the Sally Mountain Show, and ended up being Mom and Dad and I after Grandpa passed away, and the family band that we had dispersed. So it was the Sally Mountain Trio until he came along.
I ruin everything.
Well, I think we've got somebody here today that was a part of that besides you and your brother.
Yes, if it wasn't for her, either one of us would be here. She is credited with production of us.
Mom, come down and join. This is Carolyn. Carolyn Vincent, yes. Carolyn, I'm going to hand that to you. Welcome.
All right, thank you.
It's wonderful
Good to be
have you here. Tell me something about these kids that I don't know, and I know a good bit about both of them.
No, be careful.
I imagine
Mom.
you know about everything.
Go ahead. No, surprise us. Tell us something that we don't know. What kind of kids were they growing up? Did you have to spank them?
Occasionally, especially Darrin over there.
Yes!
I can't get a sniff today.
No, we're very fortunate. We've got 3 children, and we're real proud that they've all done good for themselves. And when they was growing up, we always took them with us, and we played together. And
what do you tell people that you did?
I took them off the bottle and put them on bluegrass.
Well, now, are you still active? Do you perform actively, or?
Occasionally, we play at our festival. We have a bluegrass festival there on the 4th of July, so our family usually plays there.
She not only performs there, but it's all the family joins together to run the festival. Mom bakes homemade pies with Martha White, of course, and she bakes.
You just had to do that, didn't you?
I had to do that. I couldn't help myself. But she made, each year she makes over 100 pies during the festival. So come on up and Mom will make you a pie. She picks the berries. They have 63 acres up there. So there's blackberries and all kinds of nature there. And it's just a great place to go.
So being at a kinfolks reunion or a family reunion is nothing new for you?
Not really, but I'm proud to be here.
Well, you didn't bring pies for any of us?
No, not flying. I was afraid they'd be thawed out by the time I got here.
Probably a good decision. How about a song? What are y'all going to do,
I would love
Rhonda?
to. Mom, let me switch you.
Thanks for letting me follow Jeannie Kendall. I really appreciate that. But this is kind of a new song for us. It's an older song, but never recorded and never sang it together. So it's one called Teardrops Over You.
All right.
She wrote it.
Who wrote it?
She did.
Rhonda wrote it?
She did.
Oh.
I'm so lonesome since you left me. I've been crying the whole night through. This morning, well, I thought my feelings would be different, but I'm still crying teardrops over you. You don't know the hurt I'm going through, and you can't see these tear stains on my cheek. I'd give anything to know you still love me. I'm still crying teardrops over you. Tomorrow, I'm gonna start my life all over. Well, I'm gonna try to shake this pain here in my heart. Well, I don't know if I'm ever gonna find someone like you again. But just for now, I'll cry more teardrops over you. You don't know the hurt I'm going through, and you can't see these tear stains on my cheek. I'd give anything to know you still love me. I'm still crying teardrops over you. I'm still crying teardrops over you.
Rhonda, Vincent, Darrin, and Mama Carol. That is just wonderful. Wow, what harmonies.
Hey, Bill.
Talk to me just a second, Ron, and Darrin, you too, because you're part of the Daly and Vincent group now, which kind of ties into what I'm going to ask you, and we'll discuss this, I'm sure, several times throughout the day. Family harmony. What is it? Is there something physical that makes family harmony different from other harmony? Have you guys just got the same gene or something, or what?
Yes.
Moving right along.
No,
scientifically, tell me what it is.
The only thing I can think of is when we're in the studio singing, we did a few records with Dolly and Daryl Singletary and things like that. And when we're doing our own records, we just think alike. We spend so much time together, you just automatically know and feel where the other person's going, and you automatically know where to flip harmony parts and things like that. And I've had people ask, how do you do that? Well, it's just something the Lord has given us the ability to do. I can't give anybody the credit except the Lord for it. And you just feel it within your heart and your soul. And when you're with my sister like this or my mom, it's just there, and it's just automatic instincts. And
okay,
really
but now when you
teach.
sing with Jamie Daly, and you guys have such great harmonies, is that different? Do you have to work at that harder than you work at this?
No, because it's the weirdest thing. He and I are so close. It's just like my sister and I. It's that close. It feels like we're related somehow, and I don't understand it. Again, I just give the Lord the credit. I don't understand.
And I think you run into a few people once in a while that you feel like that you have that intuition. Daryl Singletary is one of those.
And Jeannie, we blend really well for her too.
She's from Missouri. You lived in Missouri too. Maybe that's part of it too.
I don't get it. Now we can't do a thing for Will and Langdon, but let's take it outside.
Come on now.
I don't care how short you are.
Yeah, you better say it.
Come on now.
We can't help those boys.
Okay, you just made a great record with Gene Watson.
Yes.
Okay, now, tell me the difference in you singing with Gene Watson and singing with your family. That's kind of what I'm reaching for.
Well, it is a totally different thing. And that was, I have to say, that's a surprise. We never thought that our voices would blend like that. He sings with vibrato. We don't sing with vibrato. And so you would think that would not correlate together. And it was a great surprise. I mean, I was thrilled. I was asked to sing on one of his albums, and we sang together again. And listening to that, I think I knew when I was listening in the headphones. He wasn't there, but I sang the choruses, and then they said, well, we want you to sing from the top to the bottom. I had no idea what they were doing. They asked me to do it. I did it. And I sang it from the top to the bottom, and the next thing I know, they have made it into a duet because they heard when I sang with him that there was a blend. And I think that you do. You run into that occasionally with someone who is not your family. I know the Whites, the Gatlins, all these guys know how it is with family harmony.
There are singers that blend with anyone, and you guys are some of those. I mean, everybody that you sing with, I've noticed that. It's just like a lock. Ricky does it. I don't know what it is.
You guys did it with Emmylou Harris. I was just thinking of some of my favorite music that I have in my personal collection is the Christmas album that you did, and I think you told me you were on tour with her at the time, and you just went in the studio and did that album. But
Carl Jackson's another one.
He's another singer.
He
can blend everybody he sings with.
Do you know what we say about you two, though? Because you've sung on Rhonda stuff so much and singing both parts.
Yeah.
Just like Mr. Kendall did with Jeannie. Roy sang both those parts.
That's right.
And that one part is pretty doggone high for a man's voice. But what we would say about them, I said, Sharon, they are such a good trio.
The two of y'all make a great trio.
Darrin and Rhonda have a great trio. Because it's
Royce
just
and Jeannie
incredible.
had a great trio.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it got too high for Royce, he just said, whoa, whoa. And they just went on. Rhonda, thank you. We're going to hear more music for you. And Darrin and Carolyn, thank you for being here.
Hey, Bill.
Kinfolk's Reunion.
As a songwriter, you know your ears perk up. And Mama, what'd you say you took them off the bottle and put them on bluegrass?
Right.
So I thought, took them off the bottle, put them on bluegrass, but Daryl's back on the bottle again.
I love you
I
too.
mean it from my heart.
I can feel it.
You never stop, do
I
you,
know,
Darrin?
I need a pen.
So they're right. I don't know why these guys were picking on Will and Langdon over here.
We ain't done nothing.
Come down here and defend yourselves.
I didn't say anything.
Of course, Will and Langdon Reed, this is Will and this is Langdon, being the sons of, Will, what is it?
Over there, where you need to be. Go on.
Pay attention.
I'm sorry.
What is it you call yourself since Harold?
What?
Harold Reed of the Statler Brothers, being your dad, of course. You'd never tell it by looking at you, of course.
Yeah,
but
right.
What is it you call yourself? Because they did the Road Hog, and he was Road Hog.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Son of Hog.
Son of Hog.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my CB handle.
That's what he calls himself. Other people call him other things.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, now did you guys, of course you didn't, either one, take this one. I'm tired of holding it.
I'm good. I'll just pick one. It's no big deal. Good. I got two. I'm good. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all right. Yeah.
It's a boom mic.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't we have production people on this show? Okay, I'm good. All right. With 4 mics, I can sing all the parts at one time.
That's right, you can. That's
absolutely.
really family
Thank
harmony.
you. Appreciate it. Okay.
Okay, but you guys didn't grow up in the same household together.
No, we didn't.
No.
No.
We didn't. We're not even related. I don't know how we got invited here today.
By the way, I'm late.
Will Reed, nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
You're related to somebody.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, we didn't live in the same house because, as we explained to fans, that our dad were brothers, so that makes us cousins. But we're like brothers because we did grow up together. And it's better that we're not brothers because I don't think we fight as much. We get along better, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
By being cousins.
By being cousins, yeah. By being brothers once removed. Yeah.
But your dads weren't Statlers either.
That's right. So see, they messed it up from the get-go. My dad is Don Reed of the Statler Brothers. His is Harold Reed of the Statler Brothers. Yes. And they were the only two that were real brothers, but neither one of them were Statlers. And then they got 2 other guys to come along with. It's confusing. I mean, to do that family tree.
It is.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
And then, so we go by the duo of Wilson Fairchild.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. No, you ready for this?
Who in the heck is Wilson
You ready for
Fairchild?
this? Wilson Fairchild. Wilson is his middle name, and Fairchild is my middle name. So we're basically first cousins using her on a middle name basis.
Were you named for Barbara?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But you went by another name when you first started. You weren't Wilson Fairchild.
We did, Bill. We went by a name called Grandstaff, and it was the worst decision we ever made. The music was okay. The act was, and nobody could pronounce the name. You know, you talk to somebody on the phone trying to book a date, and you'd have to repeat it, and then they'd call you Grand Stuff, and
Grindstone.
Grindstone. Oh, is that you I talked to on the phone? That's great. Yeah, Grand Staff Infection was one of the better ones that we went through.
That's when we said that's enough.
Right. And
That's
then,
enough.
so after we completely destroyed the name, it was an old family name. The story was better than the name. Generations back in our family, an Indian had given our great, like sixth grade uncle the name Grand Staff because he carried himself like a grand staff. Isn't that special?
Yeah. Yes.
But anyway, we got rid of the name. And then we went with middle names because nobody can spell Will and Langdon unless you've known us for a long time. So we went with Wilson Fairchild, and it's probably why we still don't have much of a career today.
Did you
now
ever
that I've said all that, yeah.
Did you ever just think of being son of Statler or something?
You know, that's something we've been fighting since day one. That son of the Statler Brothers. See, they own the rights to that name, so we can't use it. That's the first problem.
Your dad won't let you use the name?
No, they own the right. We don't own the Statler Brothers.
They
name.
take us to court.
So
Hey, what?
They take us to court over that.
yeah,
That's your father.
Oh, I know. It doesn't matter. It's business. They'd sue us over that.
and that wouldn't be the first time they took us to court over something. You don't know them, Bill.
I thought I did up
Yeah.
until now.
Yeah, kinfolks is not such a fun word to us.
So at your family reunions, there was would you say a little tension?
Yeah, well, a lot of fights broke out during a family reunion. But
Sing us a song. I think we've gone further.
Sure.
with
Hey,
this.
we'd be glad to. I'm gonna need a mic stand and a guitar. Where's all that?
There's your mic on the mic stand.
Okay.
Guitar.
Darrin, will you hold this,
I
please?
will, yes.
Okay, thank you. Till somebody comes.
There comes another mic stand.
Okay, there's a mic stand.
There comes another guitar.
Thank you.
All right, now you guys have got a new CD out, or fairly new.
we do. We've got a new CD out. It's called Country On, and we're going to be doing, I think maybe here later on, we might do another song of that one, the title cut. What in the world? What do you think of that?
Darrin Vincent makes the greatest audience of...
He's back on the bottle, I tell you.
Larry says he's back on the bottle. So, is this one of the songs from the album? I heard you guys rehearsing this yesterday, and it was great.
Do you know that we recorded this actually a few years ago under the name Grind Stuff, and no, it's not.
Grandstaff.
Grandstaff. That's right. We recorded this under Grandstaff, but it does have a special kinfolk meaning. Our dads wrote this song years ago, and the Statler Brothers recorded it. But we always loved the song. Whenever we would just get together with the guitar in the early days, we would always sing this song. So we recorded it on our first album ever.
How are things in Clay, Kentucky? I bet you thought I'd never cared. There was a time when I felt lucky just to be away from there. And I'd had all that I wanted. Now what I want, I just can't find. And how things are in Clay, Kentucky,
has been lately on my mind. All alone in New York City, searching for that pot of gold. But I'm at the end of all my rainbows, and all at once I'm feeling old and kinda tired of how I'm living, of what I am and what I'm not, and the only goal in New York City is in her Salvation Army pot. I'm getting blue for the bluegrass and how the old folks are at home. Just let me do the talking, 'cause I know you're not alone. I hear kids back there playing. I hope they don't notice me. Jesus knows that I still love you, and I just had to call and see how things are in Clay, Kentucky. I bet you thought I'd never care. There was a time when I felt lucky just to be away from there, and I'd had all of that I wanted. Now what I want, I just can't find, and how things are in Clay, Kentucky has been lately on my mind, and how things are in Clay, Kentucky has been lately on my mind. Take it home.
Wilson Fairchild.
Thank you.
Son of Statler Brothers, but we won't go there, and Grandstaff, which is no more.
Thank you so much.
That's
Yeah,
terrific.
like that.
One of the great things about this gathering today is we've got enough people to have a full room, but few enough people for everybody to sing and perform more than one time. So you haven't heard the last of them, or Jeannie, or Rhonda and Darrin, so we're going to go around the circle several times before this is over. You'll have a lot of song ideas to steal.
I know. What a great, has been lately on my mind. Can I, back years and years ago when I first met your dads, we were on tour, I was on tour, but brothers weren't with me, with John and with your father. And we sat up one night in the hotel room talking, telling old stories. And your dad, Harold, said, well, where are you from, boy? And I said, well, we're from Odessa, Texas. I said, our grandparents from a little town called Olney, Texas. He said, next time I see you, I'm going to bring you something. It was probably 6 or 8 months later I saw him. He used to collect old movie posters, you know, and he had a poster from the little theater in Olney, Texas, from Gene Autry in 1933. And he remembered to come bring it to me. That's what this is about. He could have told me that, but he remembered and he brought it. I've loved him since then. Please tell them both hello.
Love you too. Thank you, Larry.
I was with them the night that Johnny Cash saw them for the first time. It was in Canton, Ohio, ironically on a New Year's Eve, and of course at the auditorium where Hank Williams was attempting to go to perform on New Year's Day in 1953 in Canton when he passed away. They drove up, your dads and Phil and Lou drove up from Stanton, Virginia, and Johnny Cash was headlining that show. And the Statlers went out on that stage and just totally destroyed the audience. Their trailer still said the Kingsmen. They had been going by the Kingsmen. That name was still on the trailer. But I remember standing next to Johnny Cash, and you didn't hear Johnny Cash. He doesn't have the image of being someone who would laugh a lot. He was in the floor laughing at the antics of the Statlers, and not long after that, he hired them.
Good. Have you written that song about the night in Canton? Pen?
You are stealing from anybody today, aren't you?
I'm an equal opportunity thief.
Hey, Larry, I want some of that one. That Canton thing. All right.
You can have what part of the publishing Larry Black doesn't get from him.
Okay, all right.
Way across the room from me in the corner, 4 ladies that I am so glad to see again, because when I wrote the line in the song about it's been a long, long time since I've seen some of you, it's really been a long time since I've seen the Forrester sisters, and I know that goes for a lot of the rest of us in the room. Thank you for coming. Kim, you're kind of the spokesperson for the group, I guess.
I'm just the loudest.
I'm sorry?
The loudest.
The loudest. Tell all the girls' names.
This is June, this is Christy, and this is Kathy.
Well, we are sure glad to have y'all all the way from, are you still on Lookout Mountain?
Absolutely.
Or down near Lookout Mountain near Chattanooga,
Yeah,
Tennessee?
I was talking to Howard a while ago, and he said, are y'all still up on the mountain? I said, yeah, we can't get too far from the mountain. He said, we don't get too far from the swamp either.
Do any of you live across the Georgia line? Or
Oh, we all live in Georgia. We're Georgia girls.
Actually, Georgia girls. Maybe that's the reason I knew I liked you so much. How did y'all start singing together? Just around the house?
Yeah, our up where we're from, it's, like so many places where everybody is from around here, everybody sang. Everybody sang, everybody played something. So we just grew up thinking everybody could sing. And because our mom was in trios and quartets, my dad and his brother would sing and play guitars, and we just thought everybody sang, and it was just a natural thing for us to do. We just all did. Christy was the youngest, so Kathy and June and I were really hateful to her for a long time.
And she admits it.
Yeah, we wouldn't let her sing because we figured we had it covered. And then Mother, our big Sunday afternoon in the summers, our big entertainment was to go down to this creek and swim. It was a very social event. And finally, we were so hateful to Christy that Mother finally said, okay, do you want to go to the creek? Let her sing. So it's like, okay.
Here I am.
All right, so we did.
All right, what's your side of that?
I'm here. The thing about Kim is Kathy and June actually started singing. We started singing in church. So Kathy and June started singing first together. And Kim, at 5 years old, sang so loudly from the back pew that the congregation was like, please let her sing.
Did you have any particular influences growing up?
Them, those girls.
Yeah, we loved
Wow.
I mean, growing up, every Saturday night, we watched the Lawrence Welk Show every Saturday night while Mother would
For one purpose only.
And she'd put pin curls in our hair for church, and then with panties on our head, to keep everything in. But we would watch them, and we were just completely fascinated by them. And we fought like cats and dogs. And Mother would watch, and she would say, now, look at them. Now look, they get along so well. She said,
sweet.
They're so sweet. Now why can't y'all act like that? And we said, Mother, it's apparent that they're on drugs.
Okay, that begs a question I've got to ask you.
Yes, we were.
Did you guys argue and fight when the TV camera was off?
Actually, you know, it's amazing. We come from a family of 11 children, and our mom came from a very broken family and went to 34 different grammar schools. That's how often her family moved. And when she got married to Daddy, who was from a family of 7 children, and she said, we're gonna have a family, we're gonna have a big family, and there's gonna be no fighting and no arguing. And so we didn't. Mom said don't. I mean, it's an interesting story, but I mean, we really were raised, talk about rose-colored glasses, and we had no idea how to confront anybody about anything, ever. It was just an incredible home. And the other thing she used to put a little guilt in, do you think Jesus would fight with his cousin John? Like, whoa, I don't think so. I mean, but...
And all the time you didn't know it, but you were influencing the Foresters down on Lookout Mountain. Hey, you know what I want to hear? I cannot wait to visit with you gals and learn more about you and hear your incredible... Just sitting right there in the rocking chairs, before you come up here and sing with the band, do something like you would do sitting around on the floor at home with curlers in your hair or whatever.
Panties on your head. Rudy used to do that.
Rudy used to sit around with panties on his head?
Yeah, it's a long story.
We won't go. Just do some, I don't care what kind, it's a gospel song, whatever you want to do.
I mean, we sang a lot of gospel, you know, simply because coming from such a small, such a small town, that was a real source of your social life was, you know, it was just a small little kind of rural Appalachian kind of community. And so that was a real, the gospel was what we sang, you know, for the most part. But
well, just pick one out. You need a key, he'll hit you a chord on the piano. This is unprepared, unrehearsed. And they're saying unnecessary.
Let us break bread together on our knees. Let us break bread together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me.
Glory!
Why don't you go around the room and take up an offering?
I will.
That was one of our
Thank you
favorite
for doing
songs.
that.
We used to sing that all the time, too. It's just one of those good ones.
We probably sang it because y'all did.
Oh, maybe you did.
You want to do your version of it real quick?
Do you know the song? Mimi's been with us about 14 years now, and we probably haven't sung
Our
it. Sister Dee Dee and
since
Peggy
then.
retired.
Yeah.
And
Do you know it? Well, try it.
Okay.
Naturally,
The
let's
Foresters
try
followed by the Linen
it.
Sisters.
Praise God
No,
together.
let us break bread. Oh, the first one, okay.
Let us break bread together on our knees. Let us break bread together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me.
A moment, thank you. A wonderful. How about the Foresters coming up with the band? Because that great harmony, we got to hear some more of that. And I know the guys want to play behind you there. Got microphones all over the floor. Who gets the one on this end? It goes to Kim. All right.
I'm glad we got to go first and didn't have to follow that.
What y'all gonna do?
We're going to do, it was on our very first record a long time ago. It's a song called Mama's Never Seen Those Eyes.
Mama says I shouldn't be going with you. Mama says she knows best. Take my heart and break it in two, 'cause you're just like all the rest. She says you're just a one-night thing, and you'll end up hurting me. Oh, but I've seen something that Mama ain't ever seen. Mama never looked into those eyes, felt the way that they hypnotize. She don't know how they make me feel inside. Mama only knew what they do to me. I think she'd be surprised. Ah, but Mama's never seen those eyes. Mama's never seen those eyes. Mama says I shouldn't let you steal a kiss. Mama says it just ain't right. She don't know that I can't resist with the moon so big and bright. She says I'll find a love someday, but you're just not the one. Oh, but I've done something that Mama ain't ever done. Mama never looked into those eyes, felt the way that they hypnotize. She don't know how they make me feel inside. Mama only knew what they do to me. I think she'd be surprised. Oh, but Mama's never seen those eyes. Mama's never seen those eyes. Mama never looked into those eyes, felt the way that they hypnotize. She don't know how they make me feel inside. Mama only knew what they do to me. I think she'd be surprised. Oh, but Mama's never seen those eyes. Mama's never seen those eyes.
Great. Brings back a lot of great memories, the Forrester sisters. Are you girls still traveling, performing, touring?
Not much at all. I don't have children. All my sisters do, and which they said I've cheated them out of having to pay for my raising. They're having to pay for my raising. But when the kids were on the road with us, when we first went on the road, Kathy had one child. She was 18 months old. And when we came off the road, we had 7 children on the road with us, kind of like the Von Trapps. And we just made the decision that, we'd had a ball. We'd been out on the road for 12, 13 years, and it's just like, hey, this has been fun. Let's go home for a while and raise the kids, spend time with their folks, and we've not regretted it a bit.
Good. Well, you still sound wonderful
Thank
together.
you. Thank you.
As beautiful, as lovely as ever. I found out something. Larry, I don't know if you remember this or not, but I was looking through a book, kind of trying to hone up on some things. I had forgotten that the Forrester sisters and the Bellamy Brothers recorded a big hit record together.
They did.
Back in the 80s.
But let me tell you something else that's really a great story. Our dad, Howard and David live in Darby, Florida. And our grandmother's brother moved down there years and years ago. And our dad would go down, before he and mother married, would go down to Darby to Uncle Ray's and would run around with Homer Bellamy, their dad, before Homer and Frances got married, before our parents got married. And our dad and Homer would run around together. I mean, and that's just a real small world.
So you talk about deep
so we're
roots.
related.
I think we're related somehow.
Yes, absolutely.
Their uncle
Howard,
was our
somebody-
Sunday school
Yeah,
teacher.
their uncle was our Sunday school teacher.
Their uncle was your
Yes.
We didn't know any of this till we cut the #1 record.
Yeah.
And he was a pretty loose guy, really.
Howard, I think you wrote the song.
David wrote it,
Oh,
actually.
David wrote it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you remember? Do y'all remember? Do you remember enough of it to do a little bit?
Just
of
because I wrote it don't mean I remember it.
Sure they do.
Come on up here, because y'all are going to be singing one by yourselves here in a minute anyway.
What was the title of this song?
You need a guitar?
This is really off the cuff.
We can try.
I'll pass off with Mike here. We can share.
How did it come about that y'all actually recorded? Did you go in the studio together, or was it one of those other
yeah,
things?
but we had done a tour with Howard and David called Brothers and Sisters, and we just had a real great time. And then we were out somewhere on the road, and David sent a tape. Said, this could be a real cool song for us to do together, and it was great. It was really great.
Yeah, it turned out to be a nice big hit for us.
It did.
Can you sing that high of a key still?
Not this early. Yeah, guitar might not hurt.
Do you need a capo on it?
No.
Whatever's the easiest way for y'all to do it. This is another one. I have thrown the Foresters a couple of curves here today of things they didn't know we were gonna do.
All I remember is the chorus, I think.
Well, just do the chorus.
Too much is not enough. Too much is not enough for you. Too much is not enough for your love, love, love. Too much is not enough for you. Too much is not enough for you. Too much is not enough for your love, 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 love. Is that
That's great. Thank y'all.
That's about all I
Thank y'all
remember.
for doing that. Well, stay up here, David. Stay up here. Both of y'all stay up here. Yeah, just hand them to me. We'll collect them. We'll find somebody to.
You're
No,
sick.
you hang on
You're
to yours.
sick, though.
Do what?
You're contagious, though, right?
I hope not. Well, now that I have your attention with 3 microphones, you guys need mic stands, I guess, don't you? Or do you?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Or yeah, we need mic stands and guitars,
Mic
actually.
stands and guitars, so they can play. Talking to the Foresters. Hello.
It's tough, isn't it, Bill?
Talking to the Foresters about whether they still tour or not. You guys are the touringest people I think I have ever known. You're overseas half of the year at least, and still.
We're trying to break Ernest
You're
Tubbs'
two more than
record.
some of these people with #1 records. What'd you say?
I said we're trying to break Ernest Tubbs' record.
He just stayed in Texas.
Yeah, we've been touring. I think it's going on 37 years now. We've toured in 65 countries.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What do you credit that international popularity?
Let Your Love Flow. It was a #1 hit in 15 countries. #1. So that opened all the doors overseas, and we followed up with Beautiful Body was also a big international hit. So.
Mm-hmm. When you go to these countries, like say you go to a non-English speaking country.
You speak English.
You answered that.
You still speak
Because we don't know anything else.
You don't try to do a line or two of your
We've
songs?
done a few songs in German and a
We
little.
know how to order meals in about any language.
Just point to the thing on the menu.
Yeah, go to somewhere they got pictures. Yeah, we're not really proficient in 4 languages, but we get around okay,
You sure do, because every time I look at a tour schedule, you're in Switzerland or Sweden or...
You ever been to Sri Lanka?
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
It's a long way.
Have you got a favorite place in the world outside of the United States?
I think Switzerland's kind of our second home overseas. So.
Yeah, overseas it's probably our second home. We like the South Pacific a lot too.
I was going to ask you if in the Far East, Japan, places like that.
Yeah.
You ever been to China?
No, we
Haven't been to China
we haven't
yet.
done China. but,
Country music's not really big over there yet.
Well, maybe
Nothing's
you need
really
to go.
big over there, but a lot of lead in everything records they produce over there.
Yeah, we do like a lot of stuff in the Pacific Rim, like Australia and Fiji and all those, Tahiti and.
What's the island? New Caledonia.
New Caledonia. We're real big in New Caledonia.
Yes, everybody goes to New Caledonia.
The only act here that can say they're big in New Caledonia. You guys feel free to.
We opened a lot of shows for y'all back in the days, and I know we'd switch off some, but can we go open some shows in New Caledonia?
Yeah.
Only if you and Rudy can still do the camel walk. Remember that?
Camel walk?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember it or not, but I do.
I quit drinking a long time. You can show us at lunch. When we're all singing Heaven's Just a Sin Away.
You'd show me. But, I do remember the night you wore David's chaps, though.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
The pantyhose under the chaps was what was really embarrassing. It's a long story, people.
Oh, all right.
Do the one that set you on fire. Is there an old Caledonia?
I don't know.
We haven't been there.
I don't know. We don't work in Old Caledonia.
Do the song that set you on fire all over the world. The Bellamy Brothers.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside, send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love run with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Oh, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, that's the reason. Now there's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. Oh, let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love bind you to all living things, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, that's the reason.
David, the Bellamy Brothers. Fantastic, man. Going to hear some more from y'all. Thank you so much for being here with us. That first hour has just gone by like the hands of time had WD-40 on them, hadn't it? Just zipped right past. We got a lot more to come. We're going to take a little short break, and we'll be right back.
Yeah.